Okay, now you guys should be able to hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. Oh no, I'm really hoping that my microphone is not all messed up right now. Yes, okay, perfect. Whew, I was like, no, because I was testing out a new microphone. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, so basically everything that I said, I'm going to have to repeat, which is totally fine. So everybody, welcome back to the weekend energy checks. Basically, the way it's going to work, for those of you that are new here and are watching the replay, I will be uploading all the timestamps for the signs in the replay, so just go ahead and go ahead and check out the description box. Once, if you are watching the replay, you could just scroll to your specific sign. That way you don't have to watch the whole thing and scroll through. The way it basically works is I will be looking at each of the signs, and then I will do the sign, like your energy for the weekend here, whoever's energy is showing up connected to you here, and then the energy connecting the two of you. I'll do that for all the signs. I will also be taking personal questions in between. I will let you guys know when to drop your questions in the description, in the chat box. But now we can actually dive in. Now I know that you guys can hear me. Whew. All right, so first things first, let's start off with Taurus. Give me Taurus weekend energy. Oh gosh. And you guys, if the audio cuts out again throughout, please let me know. Like I said, this is a new mic, so hoping it does not have any issues. Okay, Taurus. All righty. So, Taurus, bottom of the deck, you get the Fool. There's definitely a new energy, new beginning showing up here for you. On your side this weekend, you get the Knight of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. This is really, really beautiful because you're taking action. Anything that you're doing, any action that you're taking this weekend is truly coming from a place of love. The Queen of Cups to me as a reader is I love you, you love me. The love truly goes both ways between you and this person. And that's the driving force for you here. That's really what's kind of getting you going this weekend. That's what's pushing you forward. And I also love the fact that you feel very, very, very confident both in this love, in this person, and also in the actions that you're taking. So it's not like you're taking action and you're like, oh, is this good? Is this bad? Should I be doing this? Is this the right course of action? No, you're like, I'm confident. I feel amazing. I love it. And I care about this person. I know they care about me just as much, which I don't know how you know that. Maybe they told you. It's going to be different for each of you, but you're really showing up in this energy of like, I feel good about this. Now, for the energy connected to you, they get the High Priestess, the Star, and the 10 of Pentacles. You may be dealing with an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. This person really, really, really wants this to become a full-blown relationship. They're showing me the 10 of Pentacles here. This person is like looking at you and it's like, Taurus, I want you and everything that comes along with you. The white picket fence, the whole, like they look at you as like a stable, successful, long-term relationship. That's really what they're hoping this develops into. Now, because this person wants it so badly, I have a feeling that they haven't expressed this to you, especially with the High Priestess showing up here. This person is very, very hush hush. They're very much like keeping everything internal. So I don't feel like you're fully aware of what they want from you. I also don't know if you're telling them how you feel about them, because the Queen of Cups is also very much like, I care about you, you care about me, but it's all very implied, right? We're not really like expressing this. I don't know if you want a relationship. I do know you care about them deeply, but they definitely want a relationship. They want commitment, they want relationship, they want stability, they want all of that with you. They're not saying it though. The energy connecting the two of you is a big fat question mark. You don't know what they want. They don't know what you want. You don't know where they stand. They don't know where you stand. You guys are just both kind of like fumbling around in the dark because neither of you is expressing this. Neither of you is outright coming and saying like, hey, this is what I want. This is how I feel. This is the direction that I want us to move in. So I do feel like you're going to be the one that's going to be more expressive in this situation because your person is just, everything's internalized. Everything's quiet. Everything's like, shh, on the DL. I do feel like you're going to be the one to kind of break the silence and be like, okay, so what gives? What do you want? Where are we standing? Right? But I love that. This is really, really, really positive energy, especially if you're in a connection with someone and you're kind of like a little bit unsure as to what they want or where they stand, you and your person are both in very positive energies. Okay, let's move on to Virgo. Show me Virgo weekend energy, please. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Virgo, what is happening? Huh. Okay, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, you get the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you and your person are going through, you both want to work through this. Okay, but I can definitely see that there is a rough patch showing up here for you. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. That sign is showing up strongly here. Now, Virgo, for your weekend energies, you get the Strength, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. What's the hardship? What's the difficulty? You're definitely showing me this is hard, this is difficult, this is an uphill battle, right? I don't know what it is. Trust me, I want to clarify, but I can't because then I'm going to have to clarify for all the signs. But you're showing me like we're going through a rough patch here. There's very much an energy of you not really 100% sure where this person stands. Now, what I mean by that is I don't know if it's just that you don't trust them, right? Like they did something to betray your trust, or if you don't fully trust this person giving what they're getting. You, once you're in a relationship, once you're in a connection, you give. You give 100,000 gazillion% of yourself. You're showing me sometimes I feel like it's reciprocated. Sometimes I get sheer happiness from this person, right? The sun is the happiest card in the entire tarot deck. And sometimes you get that from this person. Other times, not so much. Now, the way you're trying to combat this doubt, we'll call it, is you're trying to be logical. You're showing me the Queen of Swords. You're like, look, let me take my feelings out of this. Let me pretend like, let's assume that I was a robot and I looked at the situation completely objectively. What would I perceive the situation to be? Would I trust them? Would I not trust them? Would I believe that they're going to give me everything that I'm getting, or that they're giving everything that they're getting, or not? Like, is this going to be reciprocated or not? You're trying to be very, very logical about this. The problem is, Virgo, you can't be logical about this because your emotions are involved with this person, right? Whether this is family, friend, relationship, whatever. Okay. And so by you essentially trying to be like objective, um, you are essentially cutting off a big part of the equation, because the whole reason that you're even tolerating or entertaining this person or entertaining this behavior or dealing with this rough patch is because you care about them, right? And so by trying to be logical and practical, it takes away from, I would say, like the actual situation and how you perceive it. Now, for the energy connected to you, they get the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. This person, the main reason that they may be throwing a temper tantrum, why they're not giving what they're getting from you emotionally, energetically, is because they essentially feel neglected. They're literally showing me, I'm feeling neglected. I don't feel like I'm getting everything from Virgo that I'm giving. They're used to getting a whole lot of emotions from you, a ton of affection, a ton of emotion. They're not getting that now. And again, this could be the farthest thing from the truth, where you're like, I'm literally giving this person my heart and soul. They don't feel that way. They feel neglected. They feel abandoned. And they're showing me like, I don't feel loved by Virgo the same way that I did at some point. They're trying to figure out why that is the case. They don't 100% know. They're not showing me like, oh, it's my fault. It's Virgo's fault. They're not really sure what the main reason for this is. All they know is that they feel like they're not getting all your attention, all your affection, and all your emotion. And that's kind of why they may be throwing a little bit of a temper tantrum at this point. They're trying to figure out what to do about this. I don't see them expressing this to you yet. I don't see them really doing anything about it per se. The energy connecting the two of you, though, is the sun. You both want happiness in this connection. Neither of you is like, I want to jump ship. I want to leave this. I'm over this. Neither of you is showing me that. And so that's definitely positive. But I also don't feel like either of you is really talking to the other person and trying to get clarity on where they stand or give them clarity on, why are we going through this rough patch? Why are we feeling this way, etc. So that just may be something you might want to keep in mind this weekend. If you and your person, if you feel a little bit like disconnected or detached from your person. Alrighty, let's go to Capricorn weekend energies. Give me Capricorn weekend energies. All right. Okay, Cappy. All right, Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, you get the Tower. What crumbled? What collapsed? What's not working here? Okay, I'll get to this. Something crumbled here. You and your person, it's literally like things were working, and then now, pardon my French, ish hit the fan, and things have stopped working. And when I say stopped working, like they have really grinded to a halt. You're both entertaining ending this. I don't feel like either of you is actually going to do anything about it yet. So we'll get there. For your energy, you get the Page of Wands, the Hermit, and the Four of Pentacles. You're essentially showing me I'm not giving this person very much of my energy. They're getting bare minimum, and beyond bare minimum, Cappy, you're literally treating them like a child. You're like, I'm dealing with a child emotionally. You're not going to act like an adult emotionally. Okay, that's fine. You're going to get childish energy from me. What I get from you is what you're receiving. This is really not characteristic of you. You are very mature emotionally. But when it comes to you feeling wronged or you feeling like the person that you're dealing with is not really meeting you with full transparency and giving you everything that they have, again, emotionally, you tend to really dumb it down, and you're like, okay, you want to play games, let's play games. That's the energy that I'm getting from you. But deep down, Cappy, let's be honest, you don't want to give up on this person. You don't want to give up on this person. You don't want to give up on this connection, despite the fact that you're playing games right now and you are kind of, for lack of a better term, acting like a child, because that's the energy that you're being met with. You're showing me like deep down, I know I don't want to give up on this. I don't want to give up on this person. I don't want to let go of this connection. You're still very much like holding on to this connection, despite the fact that the looming energy between the two of you is the death. You're kind of looking at this and you're like, maybe this is over, especially coupled with the Tower at the bottom of the deck. You're looking at this as like, you know what? Maybe this is over. Maybe this is done. Your person is also meeting you with the same energy of like, maybe this is over. Maybe this is done. Um, I do feel like they're more so the difficult one in this connection, and I'll explain why in a minute. I take that back. I don't know which one of you is more difficult. You have your difficult energies. They're just difficult in like a difficult to deal with way, but you can be very difficult too. You're an earth sign. So for your person, they get the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. They're emotionally disconnected. They're emotionally detached. Their heart's just not in it. It's not that they don't care. But for right now, they're literally showing me like I don't want to care. I'm not going to invest in caring. Like literally just emotional detachment, a wall of separation between the two of you. They are still very attracted to you though. They're looking at you as like, I'm still attracted to my Cappy. I still want my Cappy. Like Cappy is still the person for me. However, and this is why I said they're difficult, they're showing up under the King of Pentacles energy. This is a stubborn energy. This is my way or the highway type of energy. And if this is the energy that your person is meeting you with, you're going to dig in your heels and be like, no, no, my way or the highway. And so I think that's why you're showing up under the Page of Wands, where you're kind of like, look, you're going to be a child and throw tantrums. I can be a child too and throw tantrums. But you're not doing it because you want to, you're doing it because that's the energy that you're getting. And you're like, okay, fire with fire type of thing. This person is not easy. They are very set in their ways, and they very much have this need for things to happen exactly how they want them to happen. They don't want it to end either. They're not holding on as tightly as you, but they don't want to end things either. Okay. Um, but the energy connecting the two of you is the death. There's very much an energy of like it's kind of like this looming energy of it's over, it's done, there's nothing for me here. But neither of you wants to let go, which is letting me know that if neither of you wants to let go, who says you have to let go? Do you know what I mean? But you would know what's going on here. All right, guys, that's enough with the earth signs. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box. I will select a question at random and answer it, and then we will move on to water signs. Also, in the meantime, everybody, please make sure to like this video, drop a heart in the chat box. It really helps with engagement. And of course, if you enjoy these, I love donations. Your girl loves coffee. I'm sipping my coffee right now. So any donation, greatly appreciated, or gifts, either one. Donation link is in the description box, or you can gift right through this video. I'm going to give it a few more minutes to, let me just move that. There we go. I'm going to give it a few more minutes for people to drop their questions in the chat box. Then I will pick one. Sorry, I'm just going to give it a few more seconds, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have a bunch of new faces here today, so that's pretty exciting. I will use this deck, and then I will choose, all right, let's just scroll. Adam, I will not even try to pronounce your last name. All right, so you said, hi, as soon as previous door closed, another flew open. How about my feelings? You are a Virgo, Aries, Libra. I'm just going to go with your sun sign right now. You are a Virgo versus her feelings. She is a Leo. Current plus future, and what universe wants me to keep in mind. Okay, those are quite a few questions, Adam. So I'm just going to dig into the first one and then see kind of like where it takes us if I need to answer the rest. So let's take a look. You asked, what are my feelings versus her feelings? So let's compare, shall we? I'm actually going to use two separate decks to answer Adam's question. So first things first, we are going to use this deck. I'm going to pull two cards to look at your true feelings and energies towards her. And then I'm going to use this deck and pull two cards to look at her true feelings and energies towards you. All right, Adam. Let me know if I misunderstood the question, but if not, let's dive in. Give me, Adam, the Virgo's true feelings and energies towards her. She is a Leo. Okay. Okay. So you're essentially showing me the justice at the bottom of the deck. You feel really positively about this, but you're trying to keep your head screwed on straight. You're trying to not let your emotions get the better of you because you're showing up under the Queen of Swords, right? Queen of Swords is very much a detached, cold, like logical, practical energy. But you're also showing me that it's very difficult for you to be in this energy. You're a Virgo, right? So it's not uncommon for you to kind of like shut off your feelings, especially coupled with the fact that you have Libra in your chart. It's not that difficult for you to just shut off your feelings and look at the situation as objectively as possible. But in this specific situation, it's weighing on you a little bit. It's a little bit more difficult for you to do that. I'm going to clarify these in a second, but let's dive into her energies. Give me two cards for her true feelings and energies. She is Leo, Taurus, Aries, towards you. Okay, well, sir, she is not as shy as you are. She's essentially showing me the lovers. Like she feels the lovers towards you. The lovers is one of those deep soul emotional connections. And what's beautiful is she's crystal clear on that too. She's showing me like, I'm not trying to conceal how I feel. I'm not unaware of how I feel. I know what I feel and I'm fine with it. She does have her doubts as well because she is showing me essentially this is like a new beginning romantically for her with you. She does have her doubts. She does have her doubts. So we're going to get to this in a second. Oh my gosh, already smiling. Let's start off with clarifying you. I'm going to look at the Queen of Swords in your energies towards her. There you are. Adam, sir, you're showing me the 10 of Cups. Why are you concealing this? Why are you being a hermit and hiding all your feelings? You get the Ace of Swords. She gets the Ace of Swords. Same row, too, right? And you love her company. You genuinely enjoy spending time with her. You're showing me the Three of Cups. Like, you genuinely love being, like, physically, and I'm not talking about, like, intimate, but, like, physically, you like being with her. And she does make you very, very happy. Oh, I just met date number one. Okay, well, I guess you get a pass on concealing your feelings on that one. But whatever, she's showing me the Lovers, you're showing me the 10 of Cups. So she does make you very, very happy, and you are clear on that. At least in that regard, you are clear that first of all, she does make you happy, but also that you're kind of trying to like minimize the feelings, keep them hidden, not really reveal them. Again, just like you explained, because you just met. Let's take a look at the 10 of Wands in your true feelings and energies towards her. You guys are cute. I like your energies together, though. You guys give me good vibes. Let's take a look. Good mid-morning. Let's take a look at the 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's hard. You do see. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. All my cards are in the upright. The Judgment came out in reverse. I'm just going to flip it over for my own visual sanity. You do see her as having potential for like a long-term stable relationship. You're not looking at her as like a plaything. You don't view her as something casual. You're very much aware of like, hey, this could move in the direction of like a serious relationship, higher levels of commitment, all of that. It's difficult for you though. It's difficult for you to open up. I can see that here. You're literally showing me like, as much as I do see the potential here and us moving in like a positive direction, it's also very difficult for me to kind of crack open my shell. I don't know if that's because this is kind of like, early days. I do feel like it's more so obviously you being a Virgo. You guys are symbolized by the Hermit. The Hermit is, all internal, all quiet, all of that. So I can see that it's difficult for you to open up, express your feelings, but you do see potential with her and she does make you happy. So let's take a look at her. Let's take a look at the Lovers and her energies towards you. Oh, she's very attracted to you. You bring a lot of charm, a lot of charisma, a lot of passion, a lot of hot tamale to the table. For now, she's trying to kind of, again, very much like you're trying to conceal your feelings, she's trying to do the same thing. She feels a little more intensely towards you. You're showing me the 10 of Cups. She's showing me the Lovers. The Lovers is like, soulmate relationship type thing. For now, she's trying to kind of keep it as like, oh, I'm just really attracted to you. I have a lot of fun with you. I'm really, really drawn to you, all of that. But she's very much like time will tell. And she is kind of anticipating this moving in the direction of like an actual relationship, higher levels of commitment, a soul connection. But again, very much like you, she's trying to keep it under wraps. And for now, she's just focusing on how attracted she is to you, how charismatic you are, how, magnetic you are, the superficial things, right? Like the physical, he's so attractive, he's so beautiful or handsome, he's so this, that, and the other, right? But she feels very deeply for you, very much like you. She's not saying anything about it. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords and her true feelings and energies towards you. Oh, so glad you can make it onto the live as well. Clarify the Ace of Swords for me. So she's trying to take things slowly with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It is very, very difficult for her because she's also trying to like keep a level head about this, but she is confused. She's confused. I don't know why exactly she's confused. Actually, let's clarify. Fuck it. We're already here. Clarify the Two of Pentacles for me. I'm like, oh, I have so many other signs to get through, but we're already here, so we might as well. Why is she confused? confused because she doesn't know how you feel. I thought it was the multiple people because, oh, you said a lot of admirers. That's what I thought too because I'm seeing strength, I'm seeing Libra, but it's not that. She doesn't know how you feel. She's essentially showing me I'm a little bit confused as to whether or not like he has feelings for me as well, whether he also sees this as a new beginning in love, whether what I feel, right, is being reciprocated emotionally, because he's essentially showing me the moon. It's concealed. She doesn't know where you stand, and that's really what's confusing her. Sometimes she feels very good about it, right? And she's like, "Okay, this is good. This is positive. I'm clear that, he is kind of like where I'm at." Other times she's like, "It's difficult. I'm not sure. I don't know." Obviously, this is, early days, but it seems like you both kind of clicked really, really well. And it seems like you both want this to keep moving in a positive direction. So I love that. Who doesn't love love? Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. Okay, let's move on to water signs. We're going to dive into I owe you boots. Oh, Oh, yeah, I responded to that. You are too kind, too kind. Okay, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer weekend energies. All right, Cancer, coming in with positivity. We love that. We love that. Is it fake positivity? Is it actual positivity, Cancer? What is this? Okay, Cancer, definitely romance. Bottom of the deck, you get the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely a connection showing up here. For you, your main energies for this weekend are the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. This is you. I don't assign gender to my cards. On the one hand, you are showing me a ton of emotional fulfillment, emotional stability. You feel so good when it comes to the emotional aspect with whoever you're dealing with right now. You're like, they really fill me up. They fill up my cup. Like, look at this card. Literally beaming, radiating light from your core. That's how you feel. And then on the other side, you obviously have a brain and a mind which really likes to mess with you. And that brain is constantly in your ear, nagging, like, but what if it's going to end? What if it ends, Cancer? What if all these positive, beautiful feelings go away? Right? Um, you, out of all the water signs, this is not typical. You're not like this. This is Scorpio. Scorpio usually goes through this stuff. I don't know what's going on with you, but you're really like having a bit of a freak out moment where here in the 3D world, everything looks amazing, everything feels great, you feel emotionally fulfilled, and then your mind is coming in and it's like, but what if it ends? But what if they leave? But what did it do? Right? So just keep that in mind. And I can tell it's your mind because we're going to get to this. Now, what's interesting is your person, exact same boat. Your person showing up with the Nine of Swords, the Strength, and the Empress. They may be a Leo or a Taurus. They don't have to be. It doesn't really matter. They're also stressing out. They're like, look, I'm looking at Cancer as like my person, the person for me. Cancer is the best thing since sliced bread, as far as I'm concerned, right? That's how they're looking at you. Now, you're not looking at them quite as deeply. You're showing me they fill me up emotionally. I care about them deeply. They're looking at you as like literally the sun shines out of your butthole. Like you are the most incredible, amazing thing. You are the person for them on all fronts, emotional, physical, intellectual, like everything, everything, everything. You are the perfect match for them. Now, they're also stressing out about this. And I don't know what it is. I can't clarify, obviously, but they're carrying a lot of stress as well. And it's difficult for them. They're scared. They're afraid. They're in their head just as much as you are. The energy connecting the two of you is the Eight of Swords. Both of you are going down the rabbit hole of thinking of like worst case scenarios. You're terrified that it's going to end, and all you keep thinking about is it's going to end, it's going to end, it's going to suck, it's going to hurt, right? Your person's also stressing out. I don't know exactly about what, I can't clarify, but your person's also stressing out and literally building this like mental prison of fears and insecurities and doubts and worst case scenarios for themselves. And you're both making this so much more difficult than it has to be. They're suffering a little bit more than you because, you're showing up with the strength. It's kind of like a nagging energy, but it's not weighing as heavily on you. Whereas for them, it's like, it's difficult. It's difficult for them to be this stressed out. Um, when it comes to you. Oh gosh, I want to clarify. Okay, but we're not going to. We're not going to. Cancers, or whoever's dealing with a Cancer, if you're stressing out and you want to share why, your girl loves the tea. I would love to hear it. All right, let's take a look at Scorpio. Show me Scorpio weekend energies. Scorpio. Scorpio, show me your weekend energies. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. Aw, this is cute. Well, okay. Here's the thing. Bottom of the deck, you get the Two of Cups, Scorpio. This is love. This is love. Now, some of you may be dealing with another Scorpio, a Leo, or a Taurus. It doesn't have to be, or a Pisces. It doesn't have to be those signs. Those are just the main ones showing up. Here's the thing, Scorpio. I can see that this relationship between you and this person has had its ups and downs, emphasis on the downs lately, but you both still love each other. For you, you get the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Some of you may be married to this person. For those of you that are not married, it's one of those connections that it's like, yeah, we might as well be. Like, that's how long we've been together. That's how deep this connection is. Like, it's that type of connection, right? And you're showing me, like, I can see this working out. I can see us successfully overcoming the difficulties. I can see us literally working through all the hard parts and being in a much, much, much better place. Now, there is still some resistance. So you're showing me the Seven of Wands, which is letting me know that you're kind of keeping this person at arm's length. You don't 100% trust them, right? And I definitely don't feel like you're sharing this with them where you're like, hey, I want this to work out. I can see this moving in a good direction. So you are kind of keeping them at arm's length, but overall you feel very, very positively about this. You see this moving in a good direction. And you can feel like the hard part, you're kind of like working through that, if not over that already. Now, for your person, they get the Ace of Cups, the Death, Rebirth, and the High Priestess. Most of the decks in tarot, it's just the Death, right? In this specific deck, it's unique because it's the Death, Rebirth. Your person wants to revive this. They want to go again. They're showing me this is a new beginning in love between us. Whatever happened between us, whatever ending we experienced, I want to revive it. I want to have a new beginning. I want us to reconcile. I want us to start over, right? But again, they're not expressing this either. They're showing me the High Priestess. They're keeping things close to the chest, hush hush. They're not sharing any of this. Now, it could be because you're keeping them at arm's length, so I don't feel like they're going to be too open and expressive with how they feel and what they want. But if you're looking for like a new beginning with this person romantically, they're there. They're there. They want this. They're right there with you. The energy connecting the two of you is the strength. Y'all have gone through some hardships. You all have gone through some hard times, some difficult times. Like, this connection was not easy by any means, especially with the strength. It's not even just like uphill battles. Like, it's not the 10 of Wands. This is like actual difficulties. But it seems like you guys are both willing and ready to move past that. And you both think that you're in a position to move past that, which I love seeing. Okay, let's take a look at Pisces weekend energies. Pisces weekend energies. Oh, I hope so too. I hope so too. Show me Pisces. Miss you, would love an update, by the way. If you want to email me one, would love to hear any updates. Let's take a look. Show me Pisces weekend energies. Ooh, okay. Ooh. All right, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Bottom of the deck, you get the Seven of Wands. There's a lot of resistance here. There's a lot of resistance. You and your person both want very positive things from each other, but lots and lots of resistance. So here's the thing. For your energies this weekend, you get the Star, the Page of Wands, the Devil. You're literally showing me all I want. I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm not even asking for something grandiose, something massive. You just want the fun energy to come back. You're showing me all I want. If I were a genie and I came up to you, I was like, Pisces, you get one wish. You're like, I just want the fun to come back. Can we have fun again? Can we be playful again? Like, that's literally all you want here. It feels like the spark, whether it's within you or between you and this person, has just died. Like, it's like somebody came in and they like just suffocated the spark, and you're like, I just want the fun, spark, energy. Like, I want to feel like happy again, right? And you're showing me like with the devil, it's almost like even asking for something so basic is too difficult. It's like too much. There's a lot of very, I don't like using the word toxic, but there's a lot of very unhealthy, difficult energies um, that you're dealing with. It's almost like you feel like this person or whatever energy you're dealing with has these like invisible shackles on you, and they constantly weigh you down, and they're constantly holding on to you. And that's not fun for you. That's not fun for you. You don't like that. And so you're showing me, I just want to feel free again. I just want to feel alive. And it's not even like free in terms of like out of this relationship. You just want to feel that spark, that livelihood within you. For the energy connected to you, they get the Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Judgment. They are, bound and determined to turn things around with you. They're like, look, we can move whatever energies we're in right now. We can move in a positive direction. We can have a complete shift. Like the Wheel of Fortune is literally like bringing in a breath of fresh air. They want to rebuild this foundation with you. They want to work with you. Like they're like, look, let's rebuild, Pisces. Like, I don't want to give up on this. They are determined. They have decided that this is what they want. The energy connecting the two of you, though, is the Two of Swords. I don't even know if they know what you want, if you know what they want, if either of you knows where the other person is standing. I don't know if you guys are even communicating. And I feel like you're both kind of doing this on purpose, especially with the Two of Swords, right? For me as a reader, the Two of Swords is a card of like, oh, I don't know, I don't know. But you don't know because it serves a purpose for you to stay in this like ambiguous state, right? They could communicate with you. They could make things clear. You could make things clear with them. I don't feel like either of you is communicating with the other person, though. It's all very much like it's easier left in the dark for whatever reason. And I don't know what this reason is. And I'm not going to clarify, even though I want to. Okay, guys, that was water signs. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box below, and then I will go ahead and select a question at random. I'm just going to turn the AC on here because it is hot in SoCal. We love it when it's nice and toasty. If the AC becomes too, I'm going to wait till it turns on, then I'm going to ask you guys if it's too loud. Okay. I'm going to give it a few seconds. Just going to sip my water. And then I will go ahead and take a look. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to choose, I'm just gonna, the first one that drew my eyes was Jay Lopez. I'm going to take okay. You guys stick around till the end because I feel like I'm just going to answer everybody's questions eventually, but I'm going to take Johanna now, and then we're going to get to, yeah, okay, let's do Johanna. Johanna, she's an Aries, Raul is a Scorpio. His energy and feelings towards me. Okay. So let's take a look at his true feelings and energies towards you. I'm going to look at 3 cards, and then I'm going to clarify them to see what his true feelings and energies towards you are. And this is a new deck, so it is slippery. Also, can you guys hear the air conditioner humming in the background? Like, is that too loud? Let me know if you guys can hear it. If not, then awesome. And if you can, then I will turn it off. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. He looks at you as like the Empress. He is, as far as he's concerned, you are the best thing since sliced bread. There's nobody else which even comes close to you. You are on a pedestal. You are in a league of your own. Like, there's nobody which comes close to you in terms of how he views you, how he feels about you, all of that. He does want to rebuild here. He is essentially showing me, like, I want to rebuild. I want to rebuild the foundation. I'm going to clarify this. in a minute to see what he means by rebuild, but he essentially wants to rebuild this foundation here, and wipe the slate clean, have a new beginning. There is still a lot of resistance here. He's showing me that when it comes to you, he's very frustrated. He's very much like at his wit's end in terms of like dealing with you, interacting with you. His energies towards you is just very much like frustrated, but I'm going to clarify this because it's not exactly that. It's kind of like annoyed mixed with frustrated, mixed with like throwing his hands up in the air and being like, oh, enough already type of thing. But he's not done. He's not showing me done. One thing I'm not seeing from him is, actually, let me clarify before I say that. I'm going to clarify before I say that. Let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. Ooh. Yeah, he's showing me, like, I've talked to her about this. She knows, like, everything that you're seeing now. He's like, I've communicated this to her. Now, whether or not he has, that's a completely different story. You know, men are great, but what they think is I've communicated versus what actually came out of their mouth, two completely different things. So some men, and I'm not bagging on all the men here in the chat box. He's essentially showing me, I've told her this. I want to rebuild. I want to like essentially rebuild this foundation for us to work together, to reconcile all of that. I love her. She loves me. This is a soul connection. So he is showing me emotions. But he's showing me like it's stuck. The energy is stuck because we're just constantly at odds with each other. We're constantly at odds. We're constantly like at each other's throats. I don't know if you can see this card. There's literally like, oh, why does my camera keep losing focus? There's a dog fighting with another dog, fighting with a bird. He's like, we're always fighting. Something's always happening, right? Like there's always conflict. There's always disagreement. And that's what's keeping us stuck. That's what's keeping us stuck from rebuilding. That's what's keeping us stuck from allowing this like connection to truly develop in an emotional way. But I love her. She loves me. So it's like, you know, why are we at odds is basically what he's saying. Let's take a look at the Nine of Wands. Yeah, he's very good at keeping everything close to the chest with the High Priestess, with the Hermit. Like he literally does not express anything. He's not very vulnerable, open, good at communicating, which again, not surprising. But what is kind of like, you know, not annoying, what is kind of like difficult for me in this situation is he's showing me like I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, you know, like why are we at odds? Why are we constantly conflicted? But then he has all these like doubts, all these question marks about, can we move past this? Can we not move past this? Can I trust her? Can she trust me? You know, you guys have big issues surrounding trust. It goes both ways though. It's not just that he doesn't trust you, it's that you don't trust him. Now, again, different reasons, right? Like you don't trust him for certain reasons. He doesn't trust you to maybe not be like loyal in that regard, but it could also be that he doesn't trust you to uphold your word. He doesn't trust you to follow through on what you said you would do, right? Trust goes both ways in this regard. But again, he's frustrated at this. He has all these doubts. He's not saying anything though. And I'm like, you said you've communicated, but you have all this. Why haven't you communicated about this? So you've told her you want to work through things, but you haven't communicated about all these doubts and question marks, which she could help you alleviate and answer? No. It's all close to the chest. It's all quiet. So that's kind of annoying for you, I'm sure, to deal with. Let's take a look at the Fool. Yeah, he hasn't communicated anything. I believe that, especially with this and the High Priestess. I believe he hasn't communicated. In his mind, he probably has. In his mind, he said good morning, and he's like, what do you mean? We had a whole conversation together. I told her how I felt. I told her that I miss her, and I want to reconcile, and I want to work through things. That's probably what he thinks happened. But, you know, what you heard was good morning. He does still love you, though. He's essentially showing me with the Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles. He's like, I want to wipe the slate clean. I want love. I want this relationship to come back. I want the love to come back. He does love you very, very much. And regardless of what the actual status between you and him is, he views you and him as in a relationship, for better or worse, right? Relationships, they come with a lot of positive things like I love you, all of that, but they also come with a lot of not so positive things in terms of people allowing themselves to get sloppy, get comfortable, right? They're not on their like best behavior in relationships because we're already in a relationship. Like, why do I have to try so much? Another thing that I am getting from him, and again, this is very beautiful that he wants to like wipe the slate clean and start over. One thing I'm not getting from him is I want to do the work to wipe the slate clean. It's like, I want to rebuild here. He has shown me that. And he's kind of like, look, I'll put in 50%. She has to match my energy in terms of putting in the work. But wiping the slate clean, it's almost like he wants to like snap his fingers and poof, the slate is clean. Where's the work? Where's the healing? Where's the working through the hardships? Where is, all of that? I don't see that. I don't see that. So this is very nice on paper, but like in reality, there's no A, B, C, D, E. This is what we're going to do to make sure that whatever got us to this position where we're having all these hardships doesn't happen again, But he does love you. I will say that. I got to give the man that. He loves you. Okay, let's move on to air signs. Let's take a look at Aquarius. Aquarius weekend energies. Looking forward to the email. Let's take a look. Aquarius weekend energies. Wow, all major arcana. Aquarius, you're going deep this weekend, huh? You're welcome. Yeah. Here's the thing. Bottom of the deck, you both get the Lovers. You both view the other person as having the qualities that you would want in a deep soul connection, and like literally like my soul and your soul are in love. Here's the issue that you and this person are experiencing, Aquarius. Your souls are not the ones in a relationship here in the 3D world. There is a lot of internal work that you both need to do, you and your person, to get to this place of allowing the 5D energies to manifest in the 3D. What I'm trying to say without using too many words is essentially like your souls want to unite, but the emotional baggage that you both carry here in the 3D world is interfering. Okay? You get all major arcana, which is letting me know that your higher self, your intuition is really trying to communicate with you this weekend, but I don't think you're listening. I don't think you're listening at all, and I'll tell you why. You get the Hermit, the Temperance, the Hangman. Your intuition has told you something, and again, I can't clarify what this is. Your intuition's been communicating with you for quite some time. It is literally holding up a billboard of like, Aquarius, hello, listen to me. And you're like, I see you. I see you. I've been seeing you for a very, very long time, but I'm not going to do anything about it. You're literally like, you hear your intuition, you see your intuition, it's there, all of that. Pure, like literally, you're stopping it. You don't want to do whatever it is your intuition is guiding you to do. And it has to do with this other person. Okay. You're showing me like, I know this, I've seen it, I've heard it, I'm aware of this. Like there's nothing here that you're missing. It's not like you're missing a sign, you don't get it, you don't understand. All of this is crystal clear. And you're like, I hear you, but I'm not doing anything about it. You have free will, right? You don't have to listen to your intuition, but you know what's there and you're hearing whatever it's saying. For your person, they get the Three of Swords, the Tower, and the Moon. This person carries a ton of emotional baggage, a ton. Now, I'm not saying that in like a demeaning way of like, oh my God, walking red flag. That's not at all what I'm saying. We all have emotional baggage. This person just happens to carry a whole lot more of it. Now, what's a little bit not so great is the fact that this person doesn't deal with it. They literally just suppress and suppress and suppress and suppress all this emotional baggage. Now, whether it's emotional baggage from you and your relationship with them or from past relationships and childhood, it doesn't matter. You're dealing with the consequences of that. All they do is suppress it, suppress it, suppress it, suppress it. They don't deal with it. They don't address it. They pretend like it's not even there. They know it's there. They know they carry it. They're like, I'm not touching this, right? Now, This causes a lot of tower moments for this person, particularly tied up to you. The way you would experience this dealing with somebody with this kind of an energy is things go good, good, good. And then bam, out of nowhere, there's like this sudden explosion where things stop working. Then you get back on track, they work, 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 bam, another sudden explosion. And you're like, I thought everything was good. Why are we having these like sudden blow ups, sudden explosions, sudden like coming out of nowhere? Like, what the heck is going on? That's because this person keeps suppressing this emotional pain. And again, you're not in their head. You can't see what they're thinking, what they're going through at any given point, right? And they think, they suppress, and then boom, it surfaces for them. And then you have to deal with the consequences of that. Now, with the Page of Pentacles connecting the energy between the two of you, I feel like you're kind of starting to realize that. You're starting to realize, like, look, I didn't break Humpty Dumpty. It's not my job to fix Humpty Dumpty, right? But I also don't have to deal with Humpty Dumpty. Like, if it's basically, I don't have to deal with these sudden explosions every so often. You're starting to realize that. You're starting to hear your intuition in terms of what it's telling you, but you're not taking any action yet. I don't see you walking away from this person. I don't see you addressing this. I don't see you doing anything at this point, which is fine. You don't have to. At least you're not ignoring your intuition, is all I have to say. All right, let's take a look at Libra weekend energies. Libra. Show me Libra weekend energies. Oh, Nathan, thank you for sharing. I'm glad that it resonated. I mean, I'm not glad because obviously the person that you're dealing with, that's not a comfortable energy by any means, but I'm glad that it resonated. And of course, if any of you want to book a personal reading, just go ahead and send me an email. All the info is in the description box below. Would love to do readings. Libra. Okay, Libra, taking things slow. Okay, Libra. Bottom of the deck, you get the High Priestess. The energy connecting the two of you is the Page of Cups. Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to you, Libra, we'll start off with you. You get the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Wands. You're taking things very slow. Now, when I say very slow, I don't mean, baby steps. I mean literally, like, you might as well be standing in place with how slow you're moving, but it's not completely standing in place. It's like literally like you're making progress, but it's like so slow. You're doing this on purpose though. Because when it comes to this connection, you do feel the bond. You do feel the connection. You do feel that it's not even connection. It's like that deep emotional connection. But you're also very, very unhappy here. You're disappointed. I don't know if you're disappointed in the connection or in your person. I don't know what it is. I want to clarify this, but I'm not going to. But you're essentially showing me like I'm taking things slow because I am disappointed and I've been disappointed. And it's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't feel the bond. I do, but I don't want to keep getting slapped in the face with disappointment here, disappointment there. That's why you're taking things slowly. Man, do I want to clarify that, but I'm not going to. Okay, for the energy connected to you, they get the Three of Cups, the Strength, and the Five of Swords. The energy connected to you really does want like a reconciliation. They want to get back on good terms. And more importantly, they just want to spend time with you physically in the same room, right? It's essentially an energy of like, I just want to be next to you, right? Like we can get to a better place. We can resolve these energies. We can experience better energies if we're actually together, if we're like next to each other. Doing this from afar, doing this over the phone, communicating over like, Skype or text or whatever, that does not work. This person, when it comes to you, it's difficult. Like they're showing me whatever energies you're going through, I can pick up on them and it's difficult for me. It's very, very difficult for me to like experience these energies. But I will say this person is also, they have a little bit of like bullshit tied up to them. And what I mean by that is they tend to lie to themselves a little bit. And again, I want to clarify this. I'm not going to. I don't know what it is that they're lying to themselves about. But they are. There is an energy here of trying to like bullshit themselves a little bit. Man, Libra, you guys got me interested, but I'm not going to. The energy connecting the two of you is the Page of Cups. There's very much this need for love to come back to this connection, but not even like love, like romantic love. Like you guys need to look at the other person's perspective through emotion, through love, through caring, through empathy. And I feel like that's lacking a little bit right now between you and this person. Also, Libra, you're showing me, because the Page of Cups is looking that way, you're expecting an apology from your person. I don't know exactly what for, but you're expecting the energy of an apology to come from them to you. Man, this is interesting. Okay, let's carry on. We're gonna move on to Gemini weekend energies. If any Libras want to drop the T, I am interested. Okay, let's take a look at Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Show me Gemini weekend energies, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, Gemini. I like this. Bottom of the deck, you get the Queen of Cups. You care about your person deeply, and somehow you know that they care about you too. Okay? That's the positive news. The not so positive news is you're a little bit confused. Confused is not the right word. I should say overwhelmed emotionally. So for you, you get the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Justice. You're showing me a lot of emotional overwhelm, emotional confusion. It's almost like you feel for some reason when it comes to this person that you're in a little bit of an emotional washing machine. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. And your biggest thing is you want to get to this place of like level. You want things to be balanced. You don't like this up and down. It doesn't do it for you. You're showing me like, look, I'm not a water sign. I don't like the emotional roller coaster. Like I want stability. I want balance. I want to know that when I'm walking on something, I'm not potentially stepping on a minefield. I'm not potentially stepping on thin ice. Like everything's grounded, everything's stable. You obviously don't feel like that emotionally right now. And that's why you're showing me I need to get to this place of clarity. Once I'm crystal clear on whether or not we can achieve this balance, we can be leveled, everything is like not constantly up and down. Once I'm aware of whether or not we can even get there, right? Because right now you're not sure that you and this person can get there. You want to, you don't know if that's an option. Then you're like, then I'll decide. Then I'll decide what I want to do with this. Then I'll decide if I want to move forward. But as of right now, like I don't know if we can even get to this place. So I'm not making any decisions until I get this clarity. For your person, they get the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. They look at you as a soul connection. And for some of you, you may actually have history with this person. Like this isn't like your first go around with them. You and this person have been together. You've been through it. This person is showing me, I don't have these doubts. I don't have these questions. Like I'm on my own right now. I'm single. I don't want to be single. They want you. They want to wife you up, Gemini. And I don't assign gender to my cards, male, female, whatever. They look at you as like all that in a bag of chips and they hungry. And so they're like, I will do whatever I need to do to not let go of Gemini. And you can even see like the Four of Pentacles, which is the energy connecting the two of you, is looking at them, which is letting me know that they're the ones that don't want to let go of this. You're the one that's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I need to get some clarity, blah, blah, blah. They're like, nah, that's mine. Gemini's mine, and I'm not letting go. I don't know what the dynamic here is. Your person is very much like mine, and you're kind of like, hey, wait a minute. I don't know if this is what is aligned for me. I don't know if this sits well for me. Like I need to think this through a little bit. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. They're giving me a little bit of like uncomfortable energy. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're very much like, I'm single. I don't want to be single, and they want you to make sure that they're not single. They don't want to let go of this. This is a little bit you're mine, and if I can't have you, nobody can type of energy. I'm joking, but not joking. Anywho, go ahead. That was air signs. Drop your questions in the chat box below, and I will go ahead and pick one at random. I will also drink my coffee because your girl loves coffee. I also recently learned that, at least here in the United States, because we have the best food in the world, joking, our coffee has a ton of mold in it, which was not happy for me, let me tell you, not happy at all. I went down the coffee rabbit hole. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I'm gonna pick Sarah just because Libra really piqued my fucking interest, and I want. Oh, I shouldn't cuss on lives. I really want to dive into this. Um, and okay, Sarah, I'm gonna do you. Oh, thanks, Kim. You're so cute. Thanks. I'm gonna do Sarah because Libra was just fresh and it piqued my interest, and I want to see if it kind of like aligns. Okay, Sarah, you said question Libra here, spot on for my energy, lol. Waiting for him, Capricorn, to reach out. What will he do next in this connection? So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at his most likely next action towards you. Now, can you give me like a time frame? Are we talking week, month, 3 months, 6 months? Like, give me a time frame that you would like. Month. Cool. So we're going to do that. Now, keep in mind, because this is predicted, we're looking at like his most likely next action. It's not a guarantee. It's not set in stone. He has free will. He can change this at any point, right? But give me one card for, and he is a, where'd he go? Capricorn. Give me one card for his most likely next action towards you over the next month. And then I will clarify. And this fell out, you can expect nothing. With the Hermit, literal radio silence. Nothing, nothing, nothing. This isn't even like maybe a text, maybe he'll like your picture on social media. Nothing. Radio silence. Clarify this for me. Let's see if something is happening behind the scenes, perhaps. What's going on for him? Okay. Sir, clearly you've got a lot to say. I was only going to take 3 cards, but 5 fell out and we'll take all 5. Okay. This, obviously, he's holding back. He's not doing anything. He's holding back, radio silence. That's fine. Now, if you think this man is just having a grand old time and he's good with like, that's also radio silence. He's good with all of that, the hush hush. He's not. He is going through a ton of emotional pain, a ton. Like he literally feels like his heart was ripped out of his chest. Okay. Now, at the same time, you also you live in his mind rent free is the best way I can describe it. He wakes up thinking about you, goes to sleep thinking about you. Like there is a ton of thinking, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress tied up to this. The only thing that I want to clarify, all these are pretty clear. I want to clarify this one. I want to see why he's showing me the 10 of cups. Because ain't no freaking way when you're showing me all this and then he's like, no, but I'm happy. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you are not. Also, just so you guys know, you probably, if you watch the YouTube videos, you know this. I have an email list. I send out free extended readings every Monday. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, they're free readings. You can't get them anywhere else. They're just for my email list subscribers. The link is in the description box below. So here's the thing. This is his perception. Now, whether or not this is accurate, you would know. This is you. You're a female air sign. And he's like, look, I know that she is unhappy. He's very much aware of the fact that you are unhappy with the current state of events between the two of you. And he's also showing me, I know that she wants me back. I know that she wants this back. I know that as far as she's concerned, he's not even like putting a title on what you want, like reconciliation, friendship. He's like, I know that she wants us to move from this like difficult, icky energy, right, into like a much more positive energy. We don't even have to put a title on it, whether we're friends, romantic partners, whatever. Like, I know that she wants to move out of this energy that we're in to a much better energy. Cool. He's also showing me, I know that she's unhappy. She's very, very unhappy. He doesn't show me that you're as heartbroken or stressed or anything like that, but he's like, yeah, she's just as unhappy. Here's the part where this is kind of dickish, and I apologize. He's like, yeah, it makes me happy to know that she's unhappy. It makes me, and again, misery loves company, right? So I'm not surprised when he's going through all these pain. He's like, hey, I want to make sure that she's feeling something like this. He is genuinely, like, genuinely happy at the fact that he knows that you're unhappy. And he's like, yeah, I'm crystal clear on that. It makes me feel good. I mean, this sounds kind of childish, but like honestly, misery does love company. And if he's going through all this pain, he wants to at least make sure that you're feeling something. And he, again, he doesn't think you're anywhere near as in much pain as he is, but he's like, yeah, she's not having the best time. It makes me happy to know that I'm not the only one going through this. And that's kind of where he's at. I do appreciate the transparency, though. Thank you for the transparency. At least he's not like playing games or like, no, blah, blah. He's like, no, my heart's ripped out of my chest. I want her to be unhappy too. There you go. Well, thank you for that. Jeez. Anywho, let's move on to fire signs. We'll start off with Leo. Leo. Give me Leo weekend energies. What is up with the banging? What is up with the banging? Oh, Leo. What's happening? What is happening, Leo? God damn. Okay, Leo. Fire, flames. What is going on? Bottom of the deck, you get the Magician. Your weekend energies, you get the Ten of Wands, the Death, Rebirth, and the Queen of Swords. Something ended here. Something ended between you and your person. I feel like you're the one that ended it. It honestly doesn't matter who ended it, right? You're just the one that's more like closed off at this point. With the Queen of Swords, you're essentially showing me like things are over, things are done. And not only are things like over, like, oh, I'm upset with you, I don't want to talk to you, they're done. You're like, they're done. Like, we've taken this bridge, we've burned it, like, it's done. It doesn't feel good to you, obviously. You're showing me the Ten of Wands. It weighs heavily on you, the fact that things are over, the fact that things have ended. But the way you're making yourself feel better about it is just turning off the switch. You don't feel anything. You shut off your emotions completely, and that's how you deal with this. No pain, no disappointment, no longing, no nothing. You're like, this is too heavy for me to deal with. This is too much for me to deal with emotionally. Turn off my feelings, turn off the switch, we're done. Okay, if you say so. Your person, they're kind of doing the same thing. So you guys are like two peas in a pod. They get the Moon, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups. They want a reconciliation. So you're showing me we're done. They're at least showing me I want a reconciliation. I kind of want this back, yada, yada, yada. Are they doing anything about it? Absolutely not. Do you live in their head rent free? Yes, you do. All they think about all day, what is this banging? Sorry, I'm literally staying at a hotel, you guys. I travel quite a bit for a living, and somebody's like banging on the wall. Like, what are you doing? But anywho, your person is showing me that they do want a reconciliation. You're very much under the energy of it's done. It's over. I want nothing to do with you, which I don't fully believe you, Leo, but we'll set that aside. They're showing me I want a reconciliation. I want to get back together. I want this, and that's all they can think about. They think about this nonstop. How do we get this back? Can we reconcile? Should we reconcile? Is this, aligned for me? Is it not aligned for me? Will it work out? They think and think and think and think and think and think themselves into a dizzy. But do they actually do anything about it? No, they don't. They just get the Moon. The Moon is literally them suppressing, concealing. They're not expressing any of this. They're not even allowing themselves to feel it. So they're kind of taking all their feelings, balling them up and like squishing them internally and concealing them and pretending like they don't exist. You aren't pretending like your feelings don't exist. You just turn off your feelings altogether. You're like, I don't like these feelings. Turn them off. That's basically what you're doing. So your guys, neither of you is really dealing with any of these feelings. Neither of you is really dealing with the emotions, or, with what you want, where you want this to go with the other person. But you're both doing it in very, very different ways, which, like I said, two peas in a pod, Leo. Sorry. Main energy connecting the two of you is the Empress. You guys are both looking at the other person as like, that's still my person. That's the person for me. So clearly, I don't believe you that you say it's done. I do believe your person that they want a reconciliation, But at least at this point, neither of you is budging. Let's take a look at Sagittarius weekend energies. Show me Sag weekend energies. Oh, Sag. Gosh darn it. Again, y'all two peas in a pod. Bottom of the deck, you get the Lovers. This is a soul connection. You feel it, your person feels it too, but neither of you is willing to accept it, admit it, or even look at it. Here's the thing, Sag. Your person, let me start off with you, because before I completely rip them a new one, let's start off with you. You get the Moon, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. This is a deep connection that you deal with, and it's a strong bond that you share with this person. I don't feel like you guys are together, though, because what you're showing me is like, I feel this bond, I feel this connection. No, I don't. I suppress it. You're literally taking this connection, this bond that you share with this person, that you feel towards them. And by the way, this is not just in the 3D, right? This is in the 5D. So you may be dreaming of this person. You may still feel like connected to them, where sometimes you feel feelings which you're like, wait a minute, I don't feel that way. Like, where is this coming from, right? You're taking this bond and you're literally just suppressing it and pretending like it's not there. You're hiding it, right? That's what you're doing. And you're doing that both in the 5D on a deep level and in the 3D, where if you start thinking of this person, you immediately start thinking of something else. If you see their name somewhere, you switch the channel. If you see anything that even remotely reminds you of them, immediately you're like, nope, I have to like switch the thought. You want no recollection. You want to literally pretend like this bond never existed. But the way you're doing that is just suppressing it. Now, your person, they get the Two of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. They cannot stop thinking about you either, but they're not thinking about you now. They're thinking about all the beautiful memories that you two had, all the beautiful times that you two shared. Now, the reason I was going to rip this person a new one, the reason that you're coming up for them is because they got somebody else entertaining them. This is not you. They may be dealing with an earth sign, Leo or fire. Oh my gosh, why can't I talk? Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or just somebody which is there to kind of like nurture them, take care of them, like pet them, make them feel good. This is very much somebody that is there to meet their needs, to take care of their needs, to make sure that they feel cared and loved for, cared for and loved, right? And this person is there taking care of them, and all they're doing is thinking of you and all the good times that you two shared, which is kind of messed up if you ask me about it. But again, they're also showing me when it comes to you, I don't know. I don't know. It's not even I don't know what to do, or I don't know, where this is going to go. They're literally just like, I don't know. They're like, I don't know. And they pick their hands up in the air. I don't know who you're dealing with. Their energy is not super nice right now. I don't really like it, especially because they have this other person which is taking care of them. They're thinking of you, but in the meantime, they're like, oh, I don't know what to do about this. I'm not going to do anything. The energy connecting the two of you is the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of evaluating, assessing, and thinking, and what do we do, and how do we move forward, and should we move forward? And you're thinking and assessing, they're thinking and assessing. Neither of you is doing anything, at least not this weekend. Okay, let's take a look at Aries weekend energies. Show me Aries weekend energies, please. Why is the past an issue, Aries? Why is the past an issue? Okay, Aries. Bottom of the deck, you get the Queen of Cups. You love your person and they love you right back. What you feel for them, they feel for you. Would either of you know it? Absolutely not. And it's so funny because you guys even mirror each other in how you're presenting the energies. You get the Nine of Wands here, they get the Seven of Wands here. They're not as like, not difficult, but you're more like, you know, gung-ho. Like when you put like a brick wall, it's like a brick wall. Your person's not as intense, but they are still intense. So for your energy, you get the Judgment, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. The past between you and this person is not great. There's a lot of woulda, shoulda, coulda. It left a sour taste in your mouth, okay? Definitely left a sour taste in your mouth, and you're starting to realize that now. I don't know what it is specifically about the past that's like, you know, coming up for you now where you're like, WTF. I'm like, why did I even tolerate that? Why did I deal with that? And along with like thinking of the past, there's also a lot of like frustration and annoyance coming up for you. And I don't know what it is about the past specifically that's so frustrating for you. But it is. You can even look at all these cards. They're all the same shade of like blue, turquoise, green, right? You're coming to a lot of very deep realizations about the past, and that's a positive for you, but it's also very frustrating and very annoying for you. You don't like it. You don't like it. The energy connected to you, they get the Nine of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. They're also very, very like resistant. Like they have that same like wall. But for them, it's coming from a different type of place. They're single. They're not with you right now. Being single is not this person's forte. This person is literally being single for them. It's like a ton of bricks. They don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It's difficult. It's strenuous. Like being with you when they were with you was very flowy. You made their life easier. It's like you took off a burden, a load from them. And for them, as messed up as this sounds, being single is what's difficult for them. Being single from you, I mean. That weighs heavily on them. Now, they don't really want to accept this because obviously when you tell somebody like, hey, you suck at being single, you need this other person to feel comfortable and, you know, for them to take care of stuff. They don't really like hearing that. They're like, no, I'm good, I'm fine. But it's not. You made their life a lot easier. I don't know in what aspect, I'm not going to clarify. You made their life a whole lot easier. And now that they're without you, that they're single, they're not having the best time. The energy connecting the two of you is the Seven of Cups. You're both very emotionally overwhelmed, again, for different reasons. They're having a hard time being single and not having you take care of them emotionally, right? And help them regulate their emotions, which I feel is a big component of how you've alleviated that weight for them, because now they're just left with all their feelings and they kind of don't know what to do with that. You are emotionally overwhelmed because you're thinking back to the past and there's a lot of frustration and a lot of like type of energy tied up to that coming along with these realizations. I would definitely say you're in a better position than they are, but you know, neither of you's having the best time right now. So that is what I have for you. Let's take another question. So you guys can go ahead and drop them in the chat box and I will pick one. Hopefully there's no more banging. I don't even know what they're doing. I'm literally on like the 33th floor. Like, why is there banging up here? Just going to sip my coffee real quick. Okay. I'm going to take Rihanna because I've seen you. You were here from the very beginning. So I will take you. So you asked, what's Mike, who's an Aries, feelings and energies towards me at this time? So let's take a look. Give me 3 cards for Mike, who is an Aries. Mike's true feelings and energies towards you. Okay, so right now Mike's going through it. He's not having the best time. He's going through a little bit of a hard time. The way he looks at, actually, I'm not going to even say that because this could go 2 ways. Mike's not having the best time. He's searching for clarity. That's his biggest thing when it comes to you right now. He's searching for clarity. We're going to clarify this and see in what regard. This one, we'll get to this in a second. First, let's clarify the strength. I want to see why he's having such a hard time. Ooh. Yeah, the past. He's still, so Mike is an Aries. You are not an air, a fire sign. You are a, what did you tell me? You're an air sign. He looks at you as his divine match. So he is essentially showing me she is the perfect match for everything that I need her to be, essentially. So what I mean by that is he's not really looking at himself matching you in terms of like, where you're at. He's looking at you as like matching him. The reason I'm saying this is because it's a little bit of a selfish way of presenting things. It's not like, oh, we're a perfect match for each other. Like I'm the yin to her yang, she's the yin to my yang. No, it's she is the yin to my yang. I don't care if I'm like a yin to her yang, if I match her, if I fulfill. It's not that. She's perfect for me. And I'm like, okay, but what are you for her? Why does it matter? She's perfect for me, right? That's kind of how he looks at it. It's a little bit of a selfish energy in how he's presenting that. Now, he's showing me it's a little bit difficult for me because the past is still very much like present for him. He has a lot of regrets on how he handled things in the past, how he dealt with the past, what he did, what he said, all of that, right? The biggest thing about the past, I don't exactly know the ins and outs, but the biggest thing for him was the inconsistency. This man was hot, he was cold, he was in, he was out. There was like mixed signals all over the board. And he's like, man, I really shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have been like that. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Wish I handled things better. Okay, that's great. But clearly he's still very selfish because, like, oh, I wish I didn't do that in the past. But, as long as she matches my energy, then I'm good. Let's take a look at the magician and his true feelings and energies towards you. Yeah, you guys aren't really talking right now. And if you are, it's like minimal. What he really wants more than anything is for you and him to be happy again. He's like, right now, I feel completely emotionally detached, emotionally disconnected, like iced out. He wants to get back to this place of flow. He's not even putting like a title on it in terms of let's reconcile. I want a relationship. I want this, that, and the other. He's just kind of like, let's get back into this place of flow where we talk, where we text, where we interact, where we exchange energies. Now, this sounds very nice on paper. Here's my freaking issue with this. By not putting a title on it, he's kind of leaving all options open in terms of what he wants, right? Which, again, I can understand that if you guys aren't talking, why he wouldn't necessarily put a title on it. Maybe that would like freak you out or something. But based on his energy here, this is more so him kind of like, I want to be able to like navigate this and dictate how this is going to go, where it's going to go. And if I put a title on it in terms of what I want, like reconciliation or yada, 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 then I'm boxing myself into a specific box and that just doesn't work for him. Right. Um, he is showing me that he did something to like mess things up between the two of you, especially with the tower. Like this was something pretty monumental. So it's not like he just, I don't know, didn't buy you flowers on your birthday and he got you just cake and ice cream, right? This is something pretty big that he did. Which he's like, whatever I did may have eroded the foundation between us, so much so to the point where, us getting back to this place of flow, of balance may not even be an option. But he does want it. There is a lot of happiness for him tied up to being in a good place with you, exchanging energies, and having that flow. Again, he's not 100% sure that that's even going to happen, though. So he's not putting all his emotional eggs in that basket in terms of like, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to have happen. It's more so like, I want this, but I also know it's like not super likely that this will happen. So I don't want to get too disappointed or hurt. So I'm just going to kind of like, I want this, but I'm not going to get too emotionally invested or tied up into this idea of making this happen. Another thing I don't see from him is any actions. He wants, he feels, he thinks, but he's not doing anything about it. Let me clarify the Ace of Swords. I know I'm being a little harsh right now. Obviously, I'm not trying to like judge him or anything, but like the selfish energy I got off the bat, I was like, excuse me, you know? So that kind of, we didn't start off on the best foot, did we now? Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords and his true feelings and energies towards you. Yeah. So he is crystal clear on the fact that you are like his source of emotional fulfillment. Think about it as you are the waterfall or the jug that fills his cup, right? He's like, I know that she is my emotional stability, my emotional balance. I don't know if you're also the kind of person that like helps him regulate his emotions, where he doesn't really know how to regulate his own emotions or really understand what he's feelings or how to process that, right? And so you're kind of like the person that does that for him. And now that he doesn't have that, he's essentially like, I feel completely alone. I feel completely abandoned. He really does miss you, your energy, but also you and this connection very, very much. Will he tell you this? Will he peace? Yes, he calls you his peace. That's perfect. That's a great way of explaining that. And he's aware of that. He's aware of that. Um, he also but he's not going to do anything about it, because with the King of Pentacles, this is very much like him needing to appear like he's in control, unbothered, unfazed. The King of Pentacles, the best way you can think about it is like bull energy, right? You look at a bull, you never know if a bull's in pain. They just look like a bull of like, I will mess you up type of energy. He's not coming in to mess you up, but he's very good at putting on this like strong, unbothered, unfazed type of front, um, so that that you don't know what's going on underneath. So yeah, he's not. I will say this, at least based on these energies, right? I don't know what he's like in a relationship with you, but based on these energies, he is not the easiest person to deal with. This man comes with a lot of he's kind of like a finicky radio where you need to know exactly how to fine tune all the buttons to make it work. When it works, it's great. It's a great radio, but you got to really know how to twist the buttons just right and just so that this radio works and isn't on the fritz. And you seem to have figured that out, um, emotionally, that is. But this is not easy. This is not easy. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I was going to take another question, another few questions, but this reading went longer. It's like already an hour and a half, and I have a personal reading to do um, in a bit. So thank you all for tuning in. I will be here next week. If you want to book personal readings, all the info is in the description box below. I will be uploading the replay of this very, very shortly. Thank you guys all again for tuning in. Have an incredible weekend, and I will see you all next week.